welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here. Quivz does stuff. And today we're going to be taking a look at a relatively new game, Icarus. Oh, I say relatively new. There were some closed betas. I don't think they were open betas. They might have been open betas anyway. It's got its early access release now on Steam. And there's a lot of buzz about it. It's a new survival crafting game. It doesn't change up the formula too much. But it does have one unique feature, which I don't know whether, like, it doesn't really make it unique enough, in my opinion, to make it anything super new, but it's solid. It's got a few bugs at the moment, but I don't know. Apparently it's worse in multiplayer. I, as per usual, have been playing in single player. So let's jump in and have a look. I've already created a character. I've actually created a character and played for a little bit before. But for the purposes of this, I thought I'd create a new one and show you sort of the how it starts, because that's kind of like the whole concept of the game, is how you actually progress is a little bit different. It does stay unlocked. Right, so things you unlock in the workshop stays unlocked. Interesting, so your profile has one persistent thing, so I can unlock that. Or I see. Okay, so I wasn't actually aware of that. That things that you unlock in the workshop stay unlocked, but that's cool. It doesn't really matter. It was just a. So this is. Okay, let's talk about prospects. So the whole idea is you have this character. And you have prospects, essentially missions. They are hosted sessions. Oh, right. And even these stay unlocked as well for each character. Okay, when you first start, all you get is this, beachhead. Literally, you drop and do nothing. You can return to the ship immediately if you so wish. It's you know, it is what it is. It's a bit of fun. It lets you sort of mess around a little bit with the mechanics of the game. You can jump straight back up to the ship if you want and continue on, or you can spend some time down there and get some skill points. I would highly recommend spending some time down there and getting some skill points. I'm waiting for the damn previews to catch up so I can see whether I adjusted my camera correctly or just screwed it up entirely. I don't know why it's so far off center. I'm trying to get it square. I'm over here. Look at me. I just moved position? I don't actually know. Anyway, look, I'm close enough. You can see me, you can hear me. That's all we really need. So as a level 0 character, I am going to jump down here. So one of the things, some people will say, oh yeah, just jump down there and then jump back up because it unlocks Livewire terrain scan, the first real mission. And then go and do Livewire terrain scan. Personally, from my first experience, I think Beachhead Recon, because there's no specific thing to do, you could actually spend some time down there, get a few levels, and unlock some equipment in...
Welcome to Icarus, friend.
What is a standard tech tree sort of method.
In a safe, well-mapped zone your first time.
Just check OBS, all this is working, right?
They must have been thinking
yeah, it looks like it. I hope so.
You'll see for yourself.
Anyway, blah, 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 it goes on. So you can take some stuff down with you if you've got stuff here, and you can put cargo in the dropship. You can change to a different suit.
Take a look around, then we'll talk.
Because no, I'm just playing by myself here. Yeah, so it's different. In that, like, once this is done, the map's gone. As soon as I return to the dropship, if I come back down here, there's nothing here. Now, I'll also point out I have a AMD 3700X and a 2080 Super, 32 gigs of RAM, and I'm playing on a Gen 4 NVMe M.2 drive. And I have everything maxed maxed, including RTX
Welcome
zone.
to Icarus, friend. Looks like you're
And it's okay. It's mostly playable. There are things that screw up. So if I hit map,
But don't be
okay, it's not happening now, but map will sometimes like tank my frame rates to an absolute slideshow. Only while the map is open. Once the map is closed, it's fine.
need to make yourself some shelters.
Right, so standard survival crafting, walk around, you know, pick up stuff.
That's why you
You
came all the
always
way
need a
up
lot of
and
these.
dropped with nothing. 'Cause
You need stones.
Well, UDA wants you to
twigs,
show you
well,
understand
sticks.
the basics.
I don't really need cocoa, it's just going to take up space in my inventory because you can't cook it.
So get
I
acquainted.
can't do anything with cocoa yet
Back up
because
when you're ready.
you need some sort of water vessel
Stay safe.
to cook the cocoa, and I straight up don't have one. Right, you can hear that wolf in the background. He's probably going to come over here and hassle me eventually, so I'm going to want something to kill him with. Right, so we've gathered a bunch of stuff. This is where we started. This is our thing. So it does say like hunt, gather, craft, as if any of that really matters. Oh, one of the other things that I did was I pretty much immediately changed the stealth crouch, which is on control, to toggle. If you're like me, you probably want to do that as well. I reckon I can hear something, but I don't see it. Alright. Basic inventory screen. You've got armor slots as well. Oxygen is very important. So, I mean, some other survival crafting games have oxygen as a thing. So, you know, that's not really new. It's in addition to food and water. Yeah, it just is what it is. Alright, let's craft some basic tools. Now, everything gives you experience in this game, including crafting. Any sort of resource gathering, any sort of, I think even eating. If I eat these berries, do I? No. Okay, eating berries does not give you experience. But yeah, so basic resource gathering is worth experience. It is voxel based, so the nodes that can be harvested are voxelly destroyed, if that's a thing. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, they can be mined out voxel-like. There is a stamina bar. It's not, you know, that amazing, but there is a stamina mechanic. Quite simple. I haven't really seen stamina come into play outside of harvesting. I imagine it must come into play during combat sometimes, but possibly I'm not far enough
New skills.
into the game for it to make a difference. Alright, so we've reached our first level up.
Knowledge, well,
So that is persistent. Now when you die,
no
if you're in
point
multiplayer, someone
you don't
can...
know what you're making.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of need this guy to stop talking.
Learn how.
Shush. If you die in multiplayer, someone can come and revive you, which means that, you know, you keep all your stuff and your experience. But in single player, if you die, you have to get back to your corpse yourself to get your stuff back. I don't know how long it lasts. I think it's long enough. Sounds closer. However long it lasts, you need to get back to your corpse yourself. And you lose experience when you respawn. Now you can set respawn points with bedrolls, which will be something that you unlock. So let's have a look at the tech tree now. Right, so you start with these basic things automatically filled in. I'm definitely going to grab the campfire because you kind of need the campfire. I'm going to grab the wood wall. Now a lot of people will say you can skip the wood spear and just go for the knife because it's pretty good. The bow's really awesome, but I don't have enough points to unlock the bow and the arrows at the moment. So I'm going to go for the knife, because the knife, you can fight wolves off with a knife. Now talents, there are several talent trees. You can spec into certain kinds of character, but from what I've read, it's not hugely. It doesn't give you an identity. If you're a survival character, it doesn't make you that much better at survival than someone who's spec'd all the way into construction. Combat, a little bit. You can spec into combat, and some people say, okay, look, if you spec into a lot of combat, you do get better, like you are noticeably better than other people. I'm going to go back to crafting just because I need this knife in case a wolf shows up while I'm talking. Yeah, see, so I am getting some frame rate drops if I do things like spin real fast. But it's not horrible, so I played it like this because I want to sort of see the graphics. Anyway, within each of these, I'll come to this later, within each of these there are also separate trees. So there's the resources tree, the exploration tree, hunting, cooking and farming, repairing, tools and building, and then bows, spears, blades and firearms. So basically, you know, like your basic stuff is faster pistol reloading, shotgun ammo crafting, rifle ammo crafting, firearms way less in your inventory. Kind of important. Now, the other thing is, there's this tree over here, solo, and this is the important bit. This talent tree only functions when playing solo. Points assigned on this tree do not apply when playing in a team. So if you put points into this and then go and play multiplayer, you basically wasted your points. If you put points into stuff over here, where are we? That one? That one. So, you know, at first level, that increases your maximum health by 10. On solo, that increases my maximum health by 50 for 1 point. So if you're gonna play solo, have a look at the solo tree. The stuff in the solo tree is super powerful. If you're gonna play multiplayer, stay away from the solo tree because you're wasting your time. Alright, I of course am gonna go into the solo tree because that is what we're doing. I'm very surprised that we still haven't seen that wolf yet. Oh well. Alright, so we've got a knife. What else can I build? Let's build the campfire. Because I'm eventually going to want to cook stuff, and it's worth experience. Not a lot, but, you know, everything is worth experience. Right, so how do we get oxygen on a planet that looks like it's full of oxygen? Well, it's not. Apparently the atmosphere... Oh, there's that wolf that I was talking about. Well, I mean, it's not the wolf I was talking about, but it's a wolf. Can throw knives. I don't know how far. Pretty far, and he didn't die. Uh-oh. Right. But they're relatively easy to kill. I hadn't tried throwing a knife before. Throwing a knife is kind of cool. I'll take that. So then once you've sort of got the animal down, you need to carve it with a knife. Later on, you unlock special tables that you can spend your time. You can put an animal on and get more resources. The quality of your knife will get you more resources as well as skills and so on and so forth. Now, I could try and run down that deer, but... Well, not run it down, but try and kill it. If this rabbit stops looking at me... So if an animal is looking at you, stealth won't work. If the animal is looking in the opposite direction to you, stealth will work, and the animal will tend not to run away. Depending on the animal, some of them have really good hearing as well, so they'll detect you anyway. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but that seems to be how it is, if you're looking the wrong way. Okay, so this is oxide. You could find little amounts of it laying on the ground. I actually picked one up without mentioning it. But you'll find like blue stones on the ground, or you'll find these big blue rocks marked oxide when you put your mouse up over it. You can mine these, and you'll get more oxide rocks. Now at the beginning, your only way to replenish oxygen is to simply consume these rocks. Now you can do that by putting it on your quick bar, or the game has right-click context menus. So right-click context and just go consume. Oh wow, that's running horribly on Twitch. Is it running horribly on YouTube as well? Can't actually tell. Looks alright on YouTube. Twitch looks terrible. What is going on? My bitrate dropped like crazy or what? Let me spend a moment. Please tell me it's not something stupid like Windows updates. I've had that happen before. I don't know why it looks so poor. Or is it the weird refresh rate thing? Maybe it's the weird refresh rate thing. Go with VSync on. Oh no. VSync on and 60. So I have a 240 Hz monitor, but my OBS stream is at 60, and sometimes it doesn't like it. Yeah, that looks better. Like League of Legends doesn't seem to give a damn, but a lot of other games just don't like it when I stream at a frame rate above what I'm streaming. Above what I'm outputting to the ingest servers. Right. So now I've got oxide, I can consume that, and it will increase my oxygen. Very inefficient, but you will unlock better ways to do it later. So yeah, select it and then just basically a whole bunch of left clicks to fill up. Right now, I've got a knife here that I could throw. Oh, we ran away. That's okay. Alright, so I had a campfire somewhere here. So rock, we'll just pick that up. Again, these things, I can't use them yet, so I don't see the point in picking them up yet. It just sort of defeats the purpose. Right, here's my campfire. So you need to have some sort of fuel, obviously, here. And then if you put stuff in the inventory, they appear there. You hit activate. What the hell noise was that? Sounded weird. Oh, anyway. Right, so I still haven't even knocked a tree down yet. Let's go knock down a tree, because that's kind of cool, voxel-wise. Yeah, there's like a billion pieces of foliage and stuff around the place. Right. Bit too easy to actually knock down a tree, in my opinion, but it's a game. Let's not get too hung up on that. You can break the stump, which is good, so you don't leave stumps everywhere. I believe resources do respawn, but I do not know how long they take. And then, of course, you can further break down this tree, and you get the resource wood as opposed to sticks, which is, you know, the next tier of crafting stuff. And yeah, you'll often have to, like, get rid of all these ferns and things that are in your way, so you can actually find the resources that you're actually harvesting. You will, on a rare occasion, something will fall through the mesh and end up under the world. It's especially annoying when it's something that you were hunting, but it does happen. It's not very frequent, but it's often enough to be noticeable and annoying. Yeah, I can barely see this thing, I just know it's there. Oh, yep, saw me again. So one of the other little slightly buggy things that I've seen is... I know there's more wood here somewhere, I just don't know where exactly. Have I finished? No, there's another one, there it is. Sometimes, especially up against rocks, cliff faces like that, you'll find deer and animals that have gotten themselves stuck. They can't...
Before you start building, you need to hydrate.
Yep.
There's a lake down there.
So you can just drink water.
Even a basic envirosuit will filter out anything dangerous.
You'll still get the occasional parasite from doing so. So he's basically lying there. You get parasites. Alright, let's eat this. Consume. So that's taken my food up a bit better, but as you can see, I'm still thirsty. Is that tea? That's tea. Yeah, we don't need tea. But simply going down to the water, you'll get a hole to drink.
Here in the Terror Zone, the water's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Fish don't seem
So
to mind.
most of the time, you're fine. But every now and again, you'll get a parasite. The parasite debuff doesn't seem to be that strong. Like, it doesn't make that big of a difference. So, yeah, don't stress too much about it. But it is there, and there are ways to fix it. Later on, you'll, as part of the tech tree, you can learn potions, I guess one would call it. A tonic. Well, tonics are a higher tier, so I don't really want to call it a tonic. It's like a low tier tonic. That will actually counteract the parasite faster than just letting your natural metabolism deal with it. Gathering berries is also good at the moment because they are, you know, something to do. Again, look, like I'm right on the edge of another level, so just by picking up sticks, I'm going to get there. I am avoiding anything that is going to put extra stuff in my inventory that I'm just going to be wanting to throw away anyway. Like, I don't have a use for it this early in the game, or it's just not very useful at all. Right, let's see what we can do now. So, more tech points. So you get 3 every level, except on level 10 when you get 4. And you get 1 talent per level, except on level 10 when you get 2. Yep. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to take level 1 of all of these first, and then level 1 of all of those first, which will unlock all of these, or, you know, the best way to sort of unlock all of these is to have all of those. Anyway, tech tree. Now, it's very easy to end up wasting points on stuff you don't really need. I would recommend the bow now is good, and possibly the Oxidizer. Or I could start working towards being able to build a building. But you need level 5, and it's not really worth learning the thatch. It's kind of a waste anyway. Armor or Oxidizer? So the Oxidizer basically makes your oxide more efficient. You get more out of it. Armor is armor. It gives you some protection from heat, cold, exposure, and some physical resistance. So I'm going to take the armor because there's probably going to be a storm soon. So I might as well have a little bit. Now, it auto-equips the first time you put it on. So there we are. We're now, you know, got some woven wrappings, I guess, made from plants. Right, let's make ourselves a bow. And let's just grab a crap load of arrows. Oh yeah, let's make it that many arrows. Right, so the bow is a great hunting tool. I say great, it's an alright hunting tool. You can get real good with it. You can stealth creatures from a distance. Okay, so here's another thing, and this is a kind of a beginner's tip that I actually picked up somewhere else on the internet. I don't remember where. I was out last night looking at my phone, and there were beginner tips for Icarus. You can kind of clip into the rock. Yeah, anyway, that doesn't matter so much. Inside here, if I'm inside here, I'm sheltered, and shelter is important. I don't know if I'm actually sufficiently sheltered to survive storms, etc., or get through storms. But before you can actually build any sort of shelter, you can hollow out a rock and use that. It seems to work. Sticking around the water is a good way to find animals to hunt because they tend to come down to the water to drink. So you can sort of hang around here. There will be fish and things as well, but you don't get much resources out of fish. Your character can swim, but I find it's kind of annoying to try and swim over there. That goat is running. There's possibly... Ooh, that deer's coming right at me. Alright, so again, like I said, up against the cliff faces, you'll often find stuck animals. So in the early game, that you can use that to your advantage to cheese some free stuff. Right, now the baby deer ran, but did the big deer see me? Oh, it did. No, it didn't. Chamois, or whatever it is. And you get a kill cam, which I think is kind of cool. Alright, so we switch to our knife. Come over here and we hold the skin. Now you don't have to take everything, because it gives you all of this. My arrow also appears here because, I mean, you can pick the arrow out individually and not skin the animal, but when you skin the animal it gives you your arrow back, which I think is nice. You know, sometimes it's the little things. That was luck. Well, a bit of luck, a bit of skill as well, but mostly luck. We'll take them both. Excellent. Little baby deer. Yeah, if you're a vegetarian, this is probably horrible. But hey, survival crafting games, they're mostly like this. Not all, but a lot of them. Oh, hell. Here we go. So I stealthed him once. Where is he? Oh. Yep, and then he got one more hit in him. So the knife is pretty good. The knife really does do quite a lot of damage. It's got a high critical chance as well. Yeah, the spear seems to be a bit of a waste, to be honest. Is the, again, tip that I got off somewhere off the internet. I must apologize. I really have no idea if that was one of you guys. Thanks, I guess. But yeah, I don't know where it actually came from, but we got the tip off the internet and 'twas a good tip. Let's see now, if I open the map, does the frame rate drops to nothing? Yeah, it's horrible. Admittedly, like currently Twitch and even YouTube looks terrible as well. I don't know why. Is it because this game is taking up so much resources that I don't even have enough to stream? Alright, quite possibly. So, I mean, this is what it looks like on full if you've got a beast of a system. Ooh, pumpkins. So you can cook pumpkins or eat them raw. If you've got a beast of a machine, I'm sure it can look this good on your computer and you can get a better frame rate. But having seen it, at least displayed it, I'm now going to turn things down for the purposes of playability. Right, settings. Let's, is there an overall quality? There is. Let's go to high. Oh, requires restart. Ah, and I've also got no DLSS on. I've just left it at, you know, can I run this flat without... Till you restart the game, yes, that's fine. Does it run any better? A little bit. That's a little bit smoother. I don't know if Twitch and YouTube are running a bit smoother. It's telling me YouTube and Twitch are not receiving enough information. Do I have perhaps speed problems at the moment? Quickly jump over to Ookla. I shouldn't try running Ookla while I'm doing something else, but let's see. You never know, I could be wrong. Doo-doo-doo-boo. Yeah, that's about right for download speed. That's what it should be. I don't actually know what my upload speed is. I've never actually tested it. Ouch. 12? That's terrible. Oh well. Nothing much you can do about that. Yeah, I need to get better internet, but, you know, I can't really afford... I can. I'm trying to avoid it until I really, really need it. I don't really, really need it at the moment. Although it does look like it's struggling. I don't have problems when I play other things. I think it's really just that Icarus is such a heavy game. And I had things maxed that I haven't now restarted. Right. So we're progressing a little bit. You know, we are level 2 and a bit. Slowly that will go up and we'll get better. I still don't have enough fur. Need more fur. Bedroll does nothing without shelter anyway. So let me continue hollowing out this rock. And I'll repair that one. And see if I'm going to be allowed to put a bed in here and it count as shelter. It might. If not, maybe we can find a bigger rock and try again. Alright, we do need more animals before we can do that. So I think we should go back up towards that cliff sort of area. Right, and there are other sort of crops and things, wheat. I believe things are farmable as well. Later in the game you will reach the point where you can farm, which makes it easier, of course, to produce food. You can cook more complex meals with certain skills, but I don't know whether you really want to... I don't know how good they are in comparison to the regular food, that you really want to sink points into that. But I guess some people do. Some people like to roleplay, so they like to, you know, put extra points into things where others wouldn't, just because they like it as opposed to it's, you know, necessary or the most efficient way to play the game. Right. So we killed a bunch of stuff up here before, didn't we? Ah, there we are. So like I said, every now and again there's weather, and the weather is dramatic and heavy hitting. So they don't make it light, they make it so that it's the effect is really bad. Like it lowers your stamina regen, you can't move as fast, and eventually it just straight up hurts. Like it actually hurts you. So yeah, you've got to have some sort of shelter. So in the very, very low levels, you don't have any kind of shelter. So like I said, your best bet is to try the... Oh, soybeans. I think those are good as well. Is to try the hollowed out rock trick. Hopefully I haven't got it wrong. I might have got it wrong, and I might have actually dug into the roof of that rock too much and it won't work, but hopefully that's not the case right now. Alright, did I run out of stuff to cook? Can you cook watermelon? I don't think you can. No, there's no recipe for watermelon. Or soybeans. No. Alright. Alright, so let's see if getting in here counts as shelter or not. It was a very quick storm. I don't appear to be getting... Oh, there we go. No shelter, storm exposure. So if I go in here, Ah, it worked. So yeah, basic shelter in here. Not what you would have expected, but makes it survivable. So now I can, you know, duck in and out if I need to. All right, this stream looks horrible on both Twitch and YouTube. So I am going to quit to desktop and restart the game and see if that makes it run a bit better. Yeah, as soon as I quit out, Twitch looks like it's running better, and so does YouTube. They both look way, way better. All right. I guess it's just a super heavy game. I am playing on DX12 as well, DirectX 12. You can play on DirectX 11. That might possibly also improve matters. Dropping progress, resume prospect. Yeah, hopefully that fixes the massive frame rate issues. I mean, my preview on Twitch is now so far behind what's actually happening, it's not funny. Although a refresh did apparently fix it, so that's okay. Oh, there we go. Alright, so exiting and re-entering broke the storm. There have been a few things like that I've discovered that where things aren't properly persistent. So in one of my early runs, I had a basic house made of wood. Oh, there we go. The rain's back. And I put a campfire inside of it, and I had some storage chests and a bedroll and, you know, so on and so forth. The basics, what you would expect to need to survive in a standard survival crafting scenario. And I accidentally stepped on my fire, and you catch on fire and you take damage. I'm like, all right, fair enough, that's pretty normal. And then I stepped off the fire, which is, you know, standard for, all right, don't stand in the fire continuously, you're going to die. And not only did I continue to burn, I then proceeded to set fire to my entire house. And I was like, oh, well, this is just fantastic. Screw it. I'm going to start again. And I quit. And I quit the desktop, and I went and did something else. And I came back, and it was like, you know what? Even if my house burns down, so long as I don't die, like, even if I die, I can probably recover from here. It's that sort of game, etc., etc. Let's just give it a go and see what happens. So I did, and when I came back in, my house was no longer on fire. It had taken damage, but it wasn't on fire. Oh yes, so I haven't spoken about the mission timer, but you'll see at the top of the screen there is a mission timer that is counting down. That counts down in real time, and from what I can tell, it doesn't respect you being offline. It just keeps counting down. Now this first mission has no major objectives. Like if I was to jump in my dropship and say return, I would still have succeeded this mission. But, you know, there's also the build a shelter and craft a bedroll objectives that I can do. I don't think they give me any bonuses. They're literally just sort of a guide as to what you should be trying to accomplish. And I get a full 6 days. Now, most of the missions I've seen so far have been 6 days. There are some that are shorter that are like 3, I think. But yeah, I've seen mostly 6-day ones. This is a long-ass storm. This one's really lasting a long time. And I'm stuck inside a rock hole while we wait for the storm to finish. Now you can still get attacked by wolves and things. You can still go hunting. You can wander around. You can do a few things outside in the storm. But if you're in it for too long, it's going to be bad. See, like, there's a deer, so he's probably heading down to the water. If I can sneak up on it, even though I'm in a storm, it's worth doing, because I'm so close to being able to make that bedroll. See, that was worth it. Now the baby deer knows something's wrong, but not exactly what it is. So we'll kill them both. We'll harvest their meat and bones and leather and fur. And maybe get enough of that bedroll that I need. It's going to be night soon as well, so it'd be nice to have the bedroll. So night passes very slowly, like the game's day-night cycle. Pretty standard day-night cycle, but the night is really dark and it passes super slowly. Like if you haven't got a torch or anything, you can't really do anything. You're just stuck. I don't know whether this will work in the rain. Let's not even bother. Yeah, so I get back in here. Counts are sheltered. The storm exposure goes down. I still cannot make a bedroll because I still don't have enough fur. God damn, that's annoying. I'm gonna eat all my grilled pumpkin and all my watermelon. Yeah, so the storm should be over soon. It's getting towards nighttime. I still don't have... Nope, didn't kill him. I needed to kill him. Alright, maybe the baby deer? No, the baby deer's now seen me and is running as well. It'd be nice if things bled to death too. So yeah, so now it's about to be nighttime and I can't see anything at all. As you can see, this is incredibly dark. I also have a ring light pointing into my face. Alright, let's use that. Why do I have fiber in there? I don't know what that's in there for. No, we can leave that there because it doesn't do anything. Put the extra meat in. Soybeans. Close to the perfect food source that I apparently cannot eat raw, so let's just get rid of that because what am I going to do with it? Yeah, so I literally can't do anything except sit next to this fire all night and wait for the wolves to come. There might not be any wolves, there might be wolves. You just don't know really. What have I unlocked that I haven't built yet? Nothing. Getting close to another level though, so I could just build some things until I get there. You can use the basic torch and then you can sort of move around a little bit at night, but it's still super dark. Like it's really, really dark. Uncomfortably so, I would say. Yeah, like look at that. You can't see a damn thing. I should reach level 2 soon, though. You can also repair items. They generally take very little in resources to repair. They take a lot more to build. So the bow, for example, is 24 sticks and 30 fiber, but takes 1 wood. No, it takes 1 stick to repair to max from broken. Like if you entirely break it, it only takes that little to repair. Now again, I could turn this fire off, but then I would have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. Except for being able to see the dropship with its little red lights. But yeah, I'm basically just going to burn this fire all night because I don't know what else to do. Excuse me. So this is going to be a really boring point of the video because I literally have to wait through the night because I don't have anything else to do. For a let's play and, you know, a first look kind of streaming point of view, this is terrible. So let's go through some more of the interface, perhaps. So the map works. I don't know what these buttons do. I don't know what they're supposed to be for. I don't know what any of these things do. As far as I can tell, they don't do anything. Oh, that changes the style of map. What's the difference between that one and that one? Oh, so that's like geography. It actually looks like that. That is, I guess, a contour map or a it's just me, or does that have wind on it? What the hell are those pluses and stuff? Is that just to look cool, or is that actually something that's actually affecting the map? I thought it was like ISO bars. Anyway, that's the map I'm used to, so I tend to stick with that one. It is zoomable, but not very zoomable, so a lot of people complain that it's not good enough. I assume that this is how big the map actually is, which is pretty massive. Like, that's a lot of terrain to explore. And accolades, so you get all these achievements and stuff. Now, the achievements are definitely broken because this one says I've killed the boss sandworm once. Didn't know there were sandworms in the game, let alone have I killed the boss. Yeah, there's a bunch of things here that just, they go weird. Gather 1,000 meat. I very much doubt that I've reached 1,000 meat, but it thinks I have. And I did it on the 10th of December. Yeah, that's surprising. There are other weird ones. Traveled 10 kilometers total in the Arctic. I've never seen the Arctic. I've never built an interior piece of wood. You've got to be like level 15 to unlock that. I've never been that high. That one I've done. But there was another one. Where's the other one that was super weird and wrong? Mine, oxide, lumber, spelunker. Deer killer, no. Killed 10 fish. I haven't killed 10 fish. I have killed fish. I haven't killed 10 fish. It appears that either it's disappeared, like taken it away from me again, or it's fixed the date. But one of them was literally set to the 1st of January 1. So 1 AD. But it appears to have disappeared now. Anyway, yes, so there's these accolades. I don't know if they actually give you any extra experience, like if you achieve one, if you get a bonus or anything like that. Maybe. I honestly don't know. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, okay, so there's a massive amount of stats. And it's all sort of tracked here. So all of these are all numbers that are going on in the background while you're playing this game. It might not seem like it, but yes, all of this stuff. A lot of these things are being compared to each other to achieve certain things. Other things are just like basic statistics that aren't going to be any, they're never going to change. Some of them are like these, I think, are like can use beds to respawn. I reckon that's literally just a flag. So that's either flagged 0 or flagged 1. Yeah. Can see self on map. Can see players on map. So some of this stuff might be more debugging stuff that they've left on there in the meantime because the game's still in early access. And maybe if a player has a problem, they can open this up and go, all right, I saw this bug, but when I looked in here, for some reason, can place waypoints was 0 as well. So that might give the developers some sort of indication of, hey, something's gone wrong here, we need to fix that, because that specific thing has failed. All right, I don't know where the water is. It's like over there somewhere. No, I don't know. And there are wolves, and they will come and try and get me, but I'm going to stay near the fire in case they do, because otherwise I won't even be able to see them to kill them. Yeah, oxygen I can do. I can do some, I've got some oxide. Might as well actually just consume the stack. Ooh, possibly overdid it. But that should last me till morning, I would hope. We shall see. But yeah, like literally nothing going on because I have to wait. Don't know what the hell makes that noise. I'm gonna have to wait for the sun to come up. There's nothing I can do about the game until the sun comes up. Yeah, not ideal. Still very tired. Didn't get much sleep last night. Only went to bed about 5 this morning and then I woke up sort of at 9 o'clock. Don't know why, just did. Might have been a noise that I didn't hear. There's definitely a deer or something over there. But I can't see it. It's super close as well and I have no idea where it is. And I don't know what that noise is either. Every now and again you hear that thing and it's like, what the hell was that? Why was that? It could be like the Ark music where you get like little indications that it's midnight and that it's noon and that it's morning and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no idea what that particular sound is. Oh yes, most of your things you can pick up again, so I can pick up the campfire and move it around, which, you know, that's kind of advantageous. If I do pick it up now, of course, I won't be able to see anything, so not going to do that. But yeah, most placeables can be picked up. They will drop anything in their inventory on the ground when you pick them up, and then you can pick up the inventory as well. It doesn't pick up the inventory automatically, which as a choice makes sense. Perhaps, you know, you don't have the inventory space to actually carry all the stuff that's in the thing you're picking up. So you can pick up the thing, move it, put it down again, and then pick up its inventory stuff, move it, and put it in the back in the inventory. It does sort of, you know, help in a small way. But others would argue that if I pick the thing up, I'd rather pick the thing up and everything that was in it all at once, and then I can just take all that stuff and rebuild it and refill its inventory from my inventory wherever I place it down again. It goes both ways. The fact that it drops its inventory in a little thing and it takes one more step to pick up the inventory is not so bad, because now you get the best of both worlds with one extra step in that I have to press F again and then press take all to achieve the same thing as in other games where you would pick up something with its inventory and its inventory would come with it, or its inventory would be transferred to your inventory automatically. I believe most other survival crafting games where you can pick up stationary objects also drop their inventory on the ground and allow you to pick them up or not, so that you can manage your weight or your inventory spaces while moving a large object that might have had a massive amount of stuff in its inventory. Alright, so it's starting to get brighter. I can make out, you know, the distant tree line now. I can see some details on the ship that I couldn't before. I can see some of the nearby rocks. So we're getting towards morning. It's taken a while, but we are getting towards morning. Again, it's a damn shame that it's super boring. And it really wasn't good for the stream. I didn't think of this before I started streaming. I should have known that this exact thing was going to happen. But oh well, you know, there's only so much I can do. See if I can just square myself up in the camera by actually just squaring myself up in the camera. Yes, I can. There you go. Good chair this, I'll say that again. I forked out for a Secret Labs Omega? I think it's an Omega because the Titan was the next one up.
Before you start building, you need to hydrate.
Yeah.
There's a lake down there.
Yeah,
Go
but
take
I
a drink.
can't see it.
Even a basic envirosuit will filter out anything dangerous.
I can't just, like, I don't know what's there. Literally, I have no idea. Outside of my little circle of firelight. What was I saying? Oh yeah, cool chair. These are really worth it. You get a lot of cheap gaming chairs, and they call them gaming chairs, and they're super uncomfortable and super bad for you. This one is really comfortable and could be good for me. For all I know, it's still bad for me. I've got no way of judging that. I'm not a chiropractor or a... Yep, can definitely hear wolves again. But I think it's good for me. I guess I could spend long times in the chair without getting a sore back or hurting, which I definitely couldn't before with my El Cheapo office chair that I used to have. So there's that. Supposedly it extends my warranty if I plug it on social media. I don't know if this counts as that. It's not like I'm actually trying to extend my warranty. I'm just talking about the chair because I'm looking for something to talk about. It does have a little problem in that the armrest is covered in a molded, I want to say plastic, but it's possibly more rubbery. And it's got a sort of seam that's kind of split. And it annoys me that it's split, but it hasn't actually affected the functionality of the padding in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not going to complain too hard. I probably could. It's still under actual standard warranty. So the extended warranty that you get for the plugging it on social media, I wouldn't even need that to say, hey, look, this seam broke under normal usage. Like, I'm putting my elbow on it, which is its purpose. It's an armrest. If I'm not supposed to put my arm on it, why the hell is it called an armrest? The night holds many terrors. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. So long as it doesn't start, like, dropping stuff everywhere or decomposing or anything weird. If the seam splits, oh well, the seam split a little bit. Get over that. Possibly I leaned on it too hard once and it just messed up. So I think RTX is still on. So there is that. It does look RTX-ish. I think, yeah. So it's still RTX, and we're still no DLSS. So this is just the frame rate I can maintain with RTX on. I think that's supposed to be insects and stuff that I'm hearing. It's still so dark that I couldn't find the water if I tried. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it's... I think it's that way. But I just don't know. And if I get far enough away from the campfire, I won't be able to see the campfire, and I won't be able to find my way back, and yeah, it's just not worth it. The sun's got to be coming up soon, surely. I don't know if... There's no real indication in the skybox either. I haven't been able to work it out. That's just a constantly rotating planet, and there appear to be moons and things that move through. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, if that was a gas giant and that was actually that close, this planet would fall into that planet. Alright. I need to find the water. Okay, I am going the right way. I can just see it now.
Here in the terror zone, the water's pretty clean.
Yeah, see? Now, I don't know where... Oh, there it is. Yeah, cannot see the campfire at all. Oh, there it is. Just because of all the stuff in the way. Okay, so that wasn't that big of a risk, but yeah, like I said, you can't see a damned thing. It is absolutely and utterly pitch black at night in these places. Ah, the most boring bit of the stream. I don't know how long the night is. It's pretty long. So if you've got a bedroll, you can sleep through it, but we just didn't get there fur-wise, so I couldn't do it. It would have been nice if I did. Certainly would have been better for the stream again. Like I said, you know, it's not been great for the stream. I can't see far enough to harvest much. I was thinking of hitting that stone just to get the experience, but I don't know if that's my shelter stone or not because I can't see it. Would have been horrible if there'd been a storm as well, because like I said, I have no idea where my shelter is, so. I don't know, maybe it's getting brighter? I can sort of make out a bit more now. Yeah. So the sun's rising from the... No, can't really tell where the sun's rising from. It does look like it's coming from that side though, doesn't it? Nah, the whole sky's getting brighter on its own. In sort of a uniform way. Pretty decent skybox. That's not bad. You can... Looks nice. Alright. So yeah, black as pitch still, but the sun is now coming up. Okay, the way those shadows are falling makes me think it must be coming up in the east. Maybe southeast a little bit. But yeah, that's not bad. Looks pretty good. We survived the night. There weren't any wolves. It's also got that weird stack decomposing mechanic that most survival games do, where the top one in the stack decomposes but everything underneath doesn't, when in reality it would say that every single piece of meat would decompose at the same rate, but instead it's a game and it ignores that bit of realism that one would have expected. Alright, it's almost bright enough to wander off. That totally is my shelter, isn't it? It is. Oh, I just saw a rabbit then. Oh god, now I'm stuck in here. Yeah, also occasionally, yeah, you'll see those, but I don't know what causes them to appear or not. I don't know why sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. Damn, he saw me and he's making a run for it? Or is he stuck on the water's edge? I walked right up to him and he didn't notice I was here. That's cool, we'll take that. No fur whatsoever. Yeah, burns. Just grabbing a bunch of stuff again, because it's all worth experience. Is that my rock? That is my rock, alright. It's, maybe I should chop down a tree? Oh. Nope, I'm just gonna stab him. Very quick. Alright, we've reached level 3. We're now also bleeding. So the bleed debuff, I'm pretty sure you just slowly lose a little bit of health until it goes away. I'm not actually sure. There is a way. Here we are. Minus 80% health regeneration. So my health regenerates slower. It doesn't actually make me take any more damage. It just reduces the rate at which I regenerate health. Now, did we get any fur out of that guy? No. Right. What would we like? Well, the basic bandage. That is actually the thing that would fix the problem. Alright, it's going to storm, so we'll drop into our little cave again for a bit. The bandage will remove that debuff. The wood rag torch, I could have used that at night to go do stuff, but not a big deal. I'm not missing it too much. Small wood crate, somewhere to store stuff. Level 5. So I can learn that without learning that, so it's not worth learning that. Most people will tell you that it's not that long to get to level 5. Oh, hell. Yeah. Yeah, knives are baller. Come on, give me the fur. Yay! Right. I can craft that bedroll that I've been waiting frickin' ages to do. Let's see if I can fit it in here. Gliding. There we go.
How you build, that's up to you. So long as you learn the basics, your chances are the same as anyone.
So hold, set your spawn point.
Get paid.
Yeah. So I haven't built a shelter, but... So the bedrolls don't work unless they're sheltered, but inside this rock that I hollowed out, apparently that counts. So we'll take that. That's pretty good. Let's see what else is there that's worth doing right now. Oh yes, tech tree. There are things that, yeah, you need to learn from other things like talents, and some of them aren't in the game yet. So yeah, that's all building stuff there. So I'll do the armor for now. I think is going to be my best bet. I don't think I really need anything else. Talent-wise, yeah, that one's not as good. I mean, it is like the increase in movement speed, because a lot of the early missions are go really far and then come back, which sort of fits in with the you can only get out from your dropship, and your dropship is all the way back here. So go really far and then come back kind of, you know, is a decent... It makes sense from a you need to be challenged point of view for the limited mechanics of the game. They're not the most amazing mechanics. So if they're going to make something that actually gives you something to do and is a slight challenge, well, go really far and then come all the way back makes sense. And we will possibly, will at least be starting that one. We might not do it the whole way, because it takes like a couple of hours, I think it took me total. Even though, again, the mission gives you 6 days. It took me a couple of hours to finish, but we'll probably get to the point where we start it. We'll see. There's a lot of carcasses around here. Press F to harvest. What? Why was there a wolf there? I just hadn't harvested. I don't know what. I don't get it. Oh well. Which piece don't I have? Arms and feet. I have arms. Can I cook in the rain? Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed, but I immediately slowed down there. Cannot cook in the rain. as I said, drops its inventory separately. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make enough space inside this rock to fit the campfire as well, but I'm going to try. Why am I now suddenly not able to get inside the rock? Oh, there we go. It looks like I should be able to fit it in that space. Let's find out. Just. Look at that. Of course now it's stopped raining and it no longer matters, but... Hey. Awesome. Shelter inside of a rock. I don't know how long those things take to decay. Pretty fast. It's at 50% already. Alright, so I'll go look for more things to hunt because I want to get to level 5 before I leave. Now you don't have to. Like I said, I could leave and progress, but I kind of want the ability to do my building stuff before I leave this area. I don't know if the deer and what's his face, wolves noises are actually an indication of their direction or not. I tend to think not, but I could be wrong. Like that one, I think that was correct. Ooh, oxygen. I haven't got any oxidite in a while. I still haven't got the oxygen machine thing. That also works better indoors. I don't think it's probably affected by the storm. I think that the machine would actually just lose durability if exposed to the weather.
More than just nails and boards. When your oxygen gets low, you'll need to find oxide.
But yeah, so we need the oxide. I've got nothing else to do here except...
Oxide. Just another minor miracle brought to you by the weirdest planet in the spiral arm.
Just eat a whole bunch of it. I assume they're eating it, I have no idea. So something can see me, but I don't know what that was. There's a lot of that as well. Sometimes your stealth meter will be like, something can see you, and it's like, well, I can't see anything, so I have no idea what that is. Alright, still didn't get any parasites. That's amazing. Maybe it's turned off for the first mission. Yeah, so like I said, another decent hunting proposition. Just follow the coastline. We'll probably eventually find something. Coming down to the riverside for a drink. There's the smaller, like individual oxites that I was talking about. So you can pick up one of these, and that'll give you a bit of oxite and a bit of stone. As opposed to the large mineable nodes. See, something can see me, but I can't see anything. There's a waterfall. Interesting. There also seems to be something that prevents you from falling off cliff edges, like an auto sort of thing that stops you. You have to actually jump. It might have to do with stealth. Perhaps if you're not in stealth, it doesn't save you, you just fall. But yeah, in stealth, you don't fall off edges. Gotta lead your target. Alright, the baby deer is there. Because it either didn't see me, or for some reason wasn't scared by the death of its parent. So somewhere here should be a corpse. If I can find it. Oh, right there. Aha! There's nothing here I actually need, I'm just sort of doing it because gather 100 leather from skin, I see. Should be a baby deer here somewhere, shouldn't there? Yeah, losing stuff in the undergrowth, very common. If you do have a torch, it does make things a little bit easier, but not by much. There it is. I'm amazed I found it at all. Oh, and I was wondering why I couldn't harvest it, and that's because my knife broke. Alright. Closing on level 4. Probably learn the Oxidizer in level 4. Could always just put that inside of another rock. Let's harvest out another rock. And we'll put the Oxidizer inside of that. So we'll have one home rock with a fire and a bedroll in it. And another rock where we can go to collect oxygen. Probably that rock. I think I could have gone further. Let's put more raw meat in it to take all the other cooked meat out. Put the charcoal in it because it's a decent place to store charcoal since I don't actually need it for anything specifically. Yes. Let's hollow out another rock into which we will place an oxidizer once I learn the schematic. Let's go in from here. Yeah, so whoever thought of this online, once again, thank you, and you're a genius, because that's a brilliant use of the voxel system. Hollow out a house. Right, tech tree. I'll definitely want that. And I'm not level 5, so I can't get that. So I'll get the oxidizer that I was talking about. Now I'm tempted to get the bandage or the torch. Because, yeah, there's not a lot else to get. Or I could save them. I don't know what happens. If I save them, maybe at level 5 I get more points. I'm going to save them and see if that works. Right, now these are all unlocked. Yeah, and so also in the solo, just like 3 extra blue points. Don't knock it until you try it. That's a pretty big bonus, really. Oh no. Oh well. Might be okay. We'll see. Crafting. I should have enough stuff to make an oxidizer already. It takes leather, some bone, twigs and sticks. And basically what it is, it's a more efficient way to use your oxide. Ah, hey, look at that. And it counts as sheltered. So you can see in the sort of top right, next to where it says Oxidizer, I can't get my mouse cursor over there to show you, but yeah, there's a little thing that says shelter and shows you a picture of a house. If that's got a cross through it, a red line through it, then it's not going to work. If it doesn't have a red line through it, it is sheltered. So yeah, you look at the bottom half and you press F to add oxide, and then the top half is this balloon that slowly fills up. Right next to Oxidizer, there is a little indicator that sort of shows you how full it is. It's a little wheel that slowly fills up. A wheel of 4 segments. It slowly fills up with white as it fills up with more oxide. And then I can use that to breathe the little balloon. So it's a much more efficient way of using your oxide. You get more oxygen out of each oxide compared to just huffing it or consuming it or whatever the hell it is that your character is actually doing. Turn that off now because we're not using it. But now I'm out of oxide, so let's go find some more. Cliff faces, always a good place to look for that. Yeah, there appear to be a whole bunch of animals stuck on the cliff face up there, so I'm going to go and abuse that exploit. Like sometimes there'll even be wolves and things just stuck there. It's actually a nice oxide bit there, but we'll come back to that. I want to get this big deer first. Oh no, he turned around and went the other way. If he'd continued trying to climb up, I would have been able to get him. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right in the kisser. Yeah, if you don't stealth a big deer of that kind of level, you won't kill it. It'll run away and you'll never see it again. That's a regular deer, so that's fine. Just want to stick my head up here just in case there is something stuck on the cliffs. Nah, looks like we're alright. Alright, so then we'll go and mine that oxide that I saw over here. Sounded really close. There we go. 27 oxide out of that. That should be more than enough with the oxidizer to keep me going for a substantial amount of time. Again, extra points. Do you get extra points? Oh no, you get nothing for repairing. It even costs you stamina to repair, which is really weird, but I thought you'd get something for repairing, but you actually get nada. Not a thing for repairing equipment. Which from the point of view of this game, and especially at this low tier with its low resource costs, might mean it's better to break things and destroy them and make a new one. Because you get experience for making the new one. So next time something breaks, I'm going to make a new one instead. Use things till they're broken. Or was it this one? Yep. So we add oxide to the bottom and the balloon fills up. And then you can use it, and unlike consuming the whole stack of oxide, you can't accidentally waste oxide either. You always just use up the right amount of oxide. That's how that one works. I mean, I could be more careful about how I consume oxide as well, but it tends to just be, if you've got no oxygen and you're using it directly from inventory, it tends to just be easier to go consume stack. Oh, what? What's that? Ah. I'm infected. Because I never made a bandage. I still haven't learned the bandage. Well, now I need to learn the damn bandage because apparently not bandaging my wound was really bad for me. Okay. I didn't realize those never go away. So I guess the bandage is kind of critical because you get a lot of those from wolves. Not bandages, you get a lot of cuts from wolves, and I did not know that they became infected. But now that I do, I guess I know the bandage is actually critical path rather than optional. Like I said, all the thatch building pieces, they're there, but they're low durability, so you can kind of just skip them, wait till level 5 and go straight to wood. And there are lots of other things you can just bypass as well, like the spear. The knife is so good, you don't need the spear. I mean, the spear kind of keeps things at a larger distance, but the amount of damage you do with a knife, you kill things faster, so it's kind of worth it. Alright, I should be able to stealth this guy. Nope. Ah, that scared the hell out of me. I thought it was another wolf. Speaking of, where's his corpse? There it is. Yeah, see, so if I can just pick up my arrow, or I could have skinned him and got it out of his corpse. Yeah, some of the animals are done. Again, video game, not real life. Although there is a very good, somewhat more realistic hunting simulator. I forget what it's called, but I own it. It's pretty good. You can spend like 3/4 an hour, hour and a half stalking one deer, and you finally get to see it. Just see it for the first time. And the wind will change and it'll smell you and run away. It's that kind of realism. That's not everybody's thing, but actually the extreme challenge that it presents. Sometimes I play that game because it's like, well, this is pretty awesome. But yeah, not everybody's cup of tea, obviously. Alright, so we're getting close now. Oops. Yes. So I just accidentally threw my bow. Okay, there's a deer running. Deers only run from things that they've seen, like wolves or me. So there might be a wolf over there somewhere. Apologies again. I definitely need to have a nap after this. I've got so many other things I need to do today, because this will probably be my only stream. I intend to sort of put in like 2 hours of this, which means we might only do 1 to 5 and this first prospect. Which, like I said, I could have stopped already. I could very easily have just gone on to the next part of the game. But we're going to get to level 5. We're going to unlock some building pieces so that we can build a shelter when we go to the next level. Alright, so this is a different ore. This is silica. I don't know what its purpose is. So I tend not to harvest it because I don't know what to do with it. I haven't seen anything specific for it in the crafting trees. There's also sulfur. The only use I've found for sulfur is there are some herbal remedies for certain maladies like parasites. Ah, wasted an arrow. Wasted 2 arrows, really. Oh. Okay. I didn't actually know about that. That's kind of good that they've got that. I don't know whether that's the same deer or not. That is actually exactly how the blood trail mechanics work in that very realistic hunting game I was telling you about. They sort of give you an indication of which direction the animal went if you can find its blood. If you wounded it. I wonder, is there going to be another one? Was it the same animal and now the trail has gone cold because of it? Or is it because it ran into the water? Yeah, I don't know. This is actually the landing area for the next mission. You'll land right there, up the hill a little bit. But I make my base down here, up near the water's edge. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, there are fish out there. You can hunt the fish with the bow and arrow. Works well. I have managed to stab one with a spear. But that's like every fish I've killed. One bow, one spear. Done. And it claims I've killed 10 fish, so I don't really get it. The game definitely has some problems in tracking progress. It's literally accredited me with things that I do not do. Have not done. Don't know why it thinks I've done them. It's a rabbit. It's kind of slow. It's probably caught on something. Might be able to catch up to it and kill it. Like that. Excellent. Yeah, halfway now. Right, so let's... I suppose I don't need another one. Damn. Destroy that. I've got another one. It's almost disappointing. Don't actually get the opportunity to make a new one. Did I learn the chest recipe? I didn't. I did learn the cloth feet armor. I don't think I've got one of those yet. Nope, now I do. Excellent. Bandages. Always nice to have one of those to spare. Let's make a wood pile just because. I've never made one. I don't know what they do. Oh, they're just to store wood, like literally. There's a pile of wood. Now if I hold F to interact with it, I get all the wood back. And we can do the same with stone. Pile of wood, pile of stone. Nice. I don't know how much that gave me in regards to experience, but there we go. Yeah, not that much. Ah, I've got a parasite. Yeah, so for the next 300 seconds, something. Minus 50% nutrition from food. From dysentery. Right, yeah, that's not so bad. It would have been nice if I'd eaten before that, but oh well. A stack of berries. But I've got tons of meat, so we should be fine. Replenish my oxygen, as well as replenish the oxygen in the oxygen thing. And keep wandering around and killing stuff. Gonna get to level 5 before we finish the stream. We might start the next mission just to sort of show you that, yeah, it's the same map and all your existing stuff is just gone. I don't really need any more food, so I'm just not going to bother. It's a whole massive field of corn now. Could definitely be useful. Yeah, they will mine up these couple of oxide nodes up here. It's a marginally useful resource, and you get experience for doing so. I mean, you can have too much fiber and too many sticks and too many tools. Oxide, you're kind of always good with. Because you use it frequently enough. Even with the more efficient oxidizer thingy that you can get, you use this stuff often enough that having a lot of it is worth it. Right, weather event coming in, so I've got to get home. Cool. Make sure I know where home is. You can zoom all the way in. And if you double click, you can place a marker that appears on your compass, which is good. And we will run because that is a storm. We will stop running because that is a deer. Protected from the storm once again. Oh, I can cook this corn, can't I? Anything else I can do? Not really at the moment. Kind of got to wait for this to stop now. I mean, I don't have to. I might go out and like chop a tree. So basically, once that bar is filled up, another bar will start filling, and that one will be, I believe it's damage. You actually take damage the more full that bar gets. But this first bar is just you are exposed, as opposed to you are taking damage from being exposed. That whole tree. Get into shelter again for a bit. My storm exposure rating will go down. Whoa. Else to do with it. Do the same thing with stone. Just slowly gather that bit of experience that you can gather from gathering. Yeah, so supposedly stamina repletes faster when you don't have storm exposure, but it's hardly slow anyway. Like it's probably slower, and again, maybe in like a desperate combat or something, it might make a difference, but in this sort of, you know, there's a storm and I wanted to harvest some stone because I wanted to harvest some stone. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Nearly there. Come on. Need that last level. I don't know what the echo's like in this room. I think it's pretty bad still. I was going to say, I haven't made any changes in here. I'm supposed to be putting another desk in here, another chair. I don't know about another chair. I might not bother with the other chair. I might just spin this one around to the desk, because the desk will literally be right behind me. Alright, level 5. You get 2 talent points and so many blueprint points at level 5. I wasn't aware of that, but there you go. At level 5 you also get bonuses. Alright, so let's have a look now. So, we definitely want to start being able to build proper houses. So I definitely need the wall and the basic roof. And that will probably, that is all our points anyway, but that will do. Now I can get extra blueprint points, or I can go with harder to detect when sneaking, or the low maintenance. I'm going to go with the extra blueprint points actually. Both times. And then jump back into this because you kind of need that one and that one. And then there are other things down here that can be helpful, like the bone knife and the bone sickle. The wooden repair hammer, not essential. Wood rag torch is pretty good because, especially early in the game, you might struggle to get enough when you, in a particular prospect. You might actually struggle to get enough fur together to get your bedroll down. So being able to move around during the dark, and then the crate because you need to be able to store stuff. Right, that will do. It is in fact getting towards dark again, but we won't be bothered with that because we've reached level 5. We're going to go home. Yeah, I don't think any of this stuff, like, it doesn't seem to make any difference if I put any of this in there. Just return to station and call and see what happens. Yeah, beachhead recon complete. Objectives recon forest zone. That's it. A few more accolades, but you know they're not. I don't think you get experience or anything for them. I think they're just accolades. Right. So now you come back here, you choose from your many characters, however many you want really. They all seem to share the same workshop, etc, etc. Apparently, because I deleted another character and stuff that I unlocked on the workshop is still there. So yeah, there's that. And then you can go to a new mission. Now there's also this outposts, which is it's sort of like a free building area. I don't know whether there's still like things to kill and stuff, but there's no time limit on it. It just kind of runs. But yeah, let's go to a new prospect. No, let's not. We'll save that for the next one. So yeah, like I said, guys, I have stuff that I need to do. My character is now out of that. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I can do. Let's go back down to the first one. So I'd already been there, right? So you would expect that if I go back down there would be all the stuff that I'd built. So that rock that I hollowed out and everything. But you'll find that there's nothing there. So just to demonstrate real quick, we'll just drop down to the planet. You'll land in the exact same place. Yeah, sometimes when you drop, it says that, like level 5 +1 talent, +1 blueprints, whatever. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but yeah, it's not actually you getting extra levels and getting extra points. It's just kind of remembering the last thing that happened, the last level that you got. Right, so we dropped in.
Welcome to Icarus, friend. Looks like your first time down here.
An entirely different place, so that defeats the purpose.
Looks like paradise. But don't be fooled. The air's poison. Wildlife's out to kill you.
No, it's sort of the same place.
The weather's like nothing you've ever seen.
This was my rock.
You'll need to make yourself some shelter.
And this one
enough,
was where my Oxidizer was.
Right. That's why you came
Yep.
all the way out here.
That's basically what I wanted to demonstrate.
Because you could.
So everything that you do is gone once you leave.
To show you understand the basics before they send you anywhere really dangerous.
And yeah, I could have immediately left again if you wanted to.
Then head back
But yeah, we'll head back up to the orbiting station, and in the next video we'll start a new one. But yeah, that is a quick, somewhat boring look since I had to spend the whole night doing almost nothing. So there was like a good 35-40 minutes there where nothing happened. I do apologize for that. But that is Icarus, especially at low levels, because if you don't have any torches or any way of sleeping because you didn't get enough materials to make a bed yet, then you have to spend the night huddled around a campfire waiting for the sun to come up. Anyway, that is going to do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this at least a little bit. Maybe it gives you some idea of what Icarus is like. I hope I've explained enough of the mechanics that if you are interested, then you'll either give it a go if you like the concept, or not waste your money and be disappointed because it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. That really is the purposes of Let's Plays. I mean, a lot of other YouTubers, their purposes is to get watch time and to make revenue. For me, it is, I would like the game industry to continue, so I'd like people to stop complaining because they bought something that they didn't know wasn't their thing. That's how game companies get bad reviews and get screwed over, and then game companies die and the industry as a whole gets worse. I don't want to see that. We don't need any more EAs that are just grabbing money. We need more clay studios that make Don't Starve and what's the other one that they make? Don't Starve and I've got it here. I swear I do. Don't Starve, and it's always on the update patches notes. Don't Starve and Oxygen Not Included. You know, we need other companies like Fun Pimps that make 7 Days to Die, a project of love that they've been working on for so long that it's still in early access. Ooh, Alpha 20 Experimental is out. Ooh, I didn't actually know that. Might be playing that soon too. You know, even Ark, okay, eventually they got bought by Snail, which is not as cool, but it's a pretty good game. Astroneer, fantastic game by I forget who. Yeah, you know, we get a lot of those, and then you get a lot of FIFA, and a lot of, like, you know, just pay us more money and we'll give you more cool stuff. And if you don't pay us any money, we won't give you any cool stuff. you just get no cool stuff. You have to grind for literally beyond when the next version of the game comes out to get one thing that someone else bought in minutes. So let's have less of that and more of these sorts of games where, you know, maybe you can buy cosmetics. I don't mind buying cosmetics, they're just cosmetics. Fortnite, I think, especially for the PvP stuff, it's purely cosmetics that you can buy. I don't think you can actually buy anything that gives you an advantage over other players. It's all just cosmetics. I think with a PvE you can buy stuff, but it is PvE. There is no PvP. So that's okay. Epic did take on Apple and make it easier for small-time developers to make more money because Apple's cut is reduced if that company makes less than $1 million a year on the Apple Store. So I'll give them that. They did that right. And they do make the Unreal Engine, which is pretty awesome. And they do provide that for developers kind of for free until you're actually selling your game, and then you can pay them a license, and that license is even reduced if... Can't remember what there are things you can do to actually, and you just pay them less. Oh, if it's actually published on the Epic Store as opposed to on other stores. If it's published on the Epic Store, I think they reduce the license fee. So yeah, they're not 100% altruistic, but Epic Games is trying. Yeah, let's have more of that, please, and less of this other crap. I'm sick of freaking Electronic Arts ruining things for everybody. Anyway, rant over. If you enjoyed this video, I really hope you did, and you're over on YouTube, hit that like button. That's the one that helps me out over there. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Makes it nice and easy to find all my content all in one place. And hit that notification bell because it's super random when I go live. It's all over the place. If you're over on Twitch, hit that follow button and change your notification settings in your personal settings, because that's how you do that one over there. Once again, it's super random when I go live. I play a lot of stuff. You can look at my Twitch channel on just my recent, few streams, and you'll see that there's probably like just Phasmophobia. No, there's Phasmophobia, there's Darkest Dungeon, there's... I don't know what else. But yeah, go and look at my YouTube channel and you see there's an eclectic amount of games, like it's all over the place. I'm not great at everything, I'm crap at some games, but I enjoy gaming and I love to share that with other people. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.